Here at WRMC, we are focused on achieving exceptional clinical quality, on managing our resources wisely to deliver great value to our patients, and on something that's harder to measure.
We call it the promise of one.
We promise to treat each patient like they're our one and only.
Healthcare is not something you can produce on an assembly line. In my 34 years of nursing, there's one thing I've learned. Every patient is unique. Deb came to our Juneau clinic looking for a primary care provider. She made an appointment with Chris Breaker.
At our first meeting, we just hit it off. She talked and she listened. I wasn't just a number. I was important, and I never had a doctor like that before.
There are days when a patient's visit is fairly basic. I may need to prescribe an antibiotic or order an x-ray or do a physical. There are some days when we're called upon to do a little bit more.
I can tell you something really cool about Chris. Last year I lost my son in a car accident, Matthew. And Chris called to offer her condolences. She went above and beyond. She really cares. This year again, Chris called, just out of the blue. She's awesome.
I knew it was a tough time of year for Deb. I just wanted to make sure she was feeling okay.
The promise of one means that we customize care so it is uniquely suited to each person and family.
Sarah didn't know anything about breast cancer.
I would call Gretchen and ask, what's the next step? Chemo? Radiation?
We just didn't know.
I could count on Gretchen. She had my back, and she wouldn't sugarcoat it.
Now, Sarah wasn't the only one who had questions. She was in the process of adopting her husband Pat's 2 children.
We told the kids right away.
And I took the words right out of Gretchen's mouth. Even if it's cancer, it's treatable. Josh doesn't talk much, but I knew he wasn't okay with things.
Something was bothering him.
I saw Sarah's family as an important part of her care team. To get through treatment, patients need care and support, and her family needed to know what to expect.
Gretchen invited our whole family to a Q&A. She calmed their fears in a way that Mom and Dad couldn't.
The promise of one means that we customize care so it is uniquely suited to each person and family.
Dr. Roman is someone that is very near and dear to my heart.
Nearly 2 years ago, Michael's fiancée, Stacy, was experiencing chronic, disabling back pain. Stacy had been to see multiple physicians over 4 service lines. Due to her chronic complaints and use of pain medications, her symptoms were dismissed time and time again. Finally, she came to see Dr. Mark Roman, one of our WRMC orthopedic surgeons, who she knew and trusted from a previous surgery.
I still remember like it was yesterday. After listening to Stacy's story and examining her, I knew right then that something else was going on. I reviewed her x-rays closely and immediately ordered an MRI. I remember waiting for the pictures to download. My heart sank when I saw the images.
He told us we would get the results of the tests in a day or 2. But later on that night, he called us himself and told us to get to the emergency room right away.
Stacy had multiple tumors. Esophageal cancer had spread to multiple sites in her body, causing her symptoms.
I believe that Stacy got an extra year of life, an extra year with our children, thanks to Dr. Roman.
Dr. Roman ensured that Stacy received an accurate diagnosis. He also made sure that she got the treatment she needed, probably extending her life. But that's not the end of the story.
Dr. Roman came to Stacy's funeral. Afterwards, Dr. Roman continued to call, and he stopped and spent time with me and the children. The first Christmas after Stacy passed, Dr. Roman came to our house and brought gifts for our children. Unheard of to me.
Thank you, Dr. Roman, for taking care of my mom longer than other doctors would. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Roman, for everything you did for my mom.
Thank you, Dr. Roman, for letting my mom stay alive more.
The promise of one. It's treating each patient like our one and only.
It's kindness and compassion.
It's a promise to care.
It's a promise to bring your heart to work every day.